where have you noticed the biggest growth in DQ in terms of wanting to take whether it's the three or the mid range? It seems like he's taking a lot more of those now as he kind of grows through this year. Like where have you kind of seen him grow? What sort of conversations you've had with him about shooting those?
Well, it's the way he's being played in some ways, right? I mean, if Fives is going to play him back at the rim, he's got to develop that shot, no matter what. So, but he's working on it. Every morning he's the first one in the gym, working on his mid-range, working on the three. He and I have had conversations about what shots we want. He's aware of that. We're aware of that, and we'll continue to have those conversations. But when he decides to shoot it with great confidence, believe it's going in. He shot those four like they were going in. But I think a lot of it's just going to be dictated by how teams are playing him. It's if they're going to play back and at the rim, he's going to have to ding them. It's just going to only expand our offense. So, but to his credit, he's been working on it.
The assist totals the last couple of games have been way up. You're averaging 30 assists in the last 2 games. It's been spread out as well. Against Minnesota, you had at least 5 guys with 4 or more assists. Is that the kind of distribution that you want as far as spreading the ball?
That's just, ultimately that's our identity, and we're trending that way. Where we don't care, who gets the shot. We want the right shot. Trust each other. We have multiple guys that can go for 20 plus any given night. We just want to do it together and do it the right way and share the ball and not turn it over. I think our last 8 games we are number 1 in turnover percentage. So I think Minnesota we had a little bit of an issue, but in general over the last 8 to 10 games I believe we're number 1 in not turning the ball over, which is great for our defense. It's very good for our offense. Shots on goal. So I'm proud of the guys. They're moving it. They're sharing it. It's forming more and more of how we want to play ultimately, especially with the talent we have and the amount of playmakers and scorers. If we can do it together, we're going to be tough to guard.
DeJounte was back at practice with the team. What's his activity level like, and is there any sort of timeline coming into shape for his return?
No timeline yet. I think we'll have a better idea after the break, but it's great to have him back on the court. He was a participant yesterday, limited participant. I think that will ramp up over the next couple days. We'll get into the All-Star break and then see where we go from there. But it's just great having him out there. I'm so proud of him. I mean, what a devastating injury, but the way he's handled it, the way he has attacked it, he deserves a ton of credit. He and his team and our team, the entire performance team, deserve a ton of credit. And it's just great to have him back out there. You can feel his presence, his leadership, his confidence. It's a massive boost for this organization.
And just a little bit on how much Saddiq Bey has been doing over the past couple of games, a couple 20-plus shot attempt nights. Just how much has he been able to unlock this offense?
He's been doing this for probably beyond the 2 games. I mean, he's really been doing this all year, in my opinion. But to your point, the last 2 games, he's just continued to solidify himself as a massive part of this team, someone that we can go to start the game, to end the game, to close the game. He's confident. He believes in his work. And he's a 3-level scorer, He can ding you from 3 any given night. He can get to his mid-range, and he can get all the way to the rim, And he closed it. The way he closed the last game was stuff at the rim, whether he got fouled or he made the shots, in the restricted area. So, and that's what you need. You need those type of players, especially in the game, that can go 3 levels. That's poised. I don't believe he's going to turn it over. He's going to get a high-quality shot, And then to make the kick out to DQ as well, just that playmaking, that trust in DQ, that was a huge bucket for us on the kick out to DQ to trust him, and he knocked it down. So, I think he's had a heck of a year. Good.
Yeah, Coach, you've been around for years, championship level coach. What's the difference going from the 2nd seed to the 1st seed in terms of the relationship you have with the players?
Well, I think, when you're in the 2nd seat, you can make suggestions. You can, in that 1st seat, you have to, you're the accountability. You're the ultimate accountability for the players. It's a different relationship. I mean, you can give suggestions, especially to your head coach. You can give a ton of suggestions. Ultimately, as the guy in charge, you have to have the final say, and you give a ton of, time put into relationships with these players. You have to sit down with them, make sure they understand their role. you can do that in some ways as an assistant, but as the head coach, you got to be direct, honest, upfront, speak the truth when it needs to be spoken to, and ultimately it's the final say. But I think it's the accountability as a leader in that position that you bring to the table. But the decision making, the biggest change is the amount of decisions you make in the head seat. You go from making 0 decisions, you're the professional suggester, to the ultimate decision maker in a lot of ways. But I think the best coaches I've been around, the leaders I've been around, they don't just make those on their own. They listen, they talk to their staff, they listen to players. But I think in the head seat, you're talking to more of the team. You got to be touching all 17. As an assistant, maybe you're around 2 or 3 at a higher level. As the head coach, you better be touching 15 to 17 and know all of them and what they're going through and make sure they understand, where they stand. So that's where we're at.
Thank you.
Thank you.